is it is not it is only recently during the last 500 years or so that society has shifted to a predominantly delayed written environment compared to the age of the brain. Modern society is brand new. In the last 100 years we have seen the rise of the car, the airplane, the television, the personal computer, the internet, the smartphone, and beyond. The world has changed much in recent years, but human nature has changed little. Similar to other animals on the African savanna, our ancestors spent their days responding to grave threats, securing the next meal, taking shelter from a storm. So it made sense to place a high value on instant gratification. The distinct future was less of a concern, and after thousands of generations in an immediate return environment, our brains evolved to prefer quick payoff to long-term ones. Behavior economists refer to this tendency as time inconsistency. That is the way your brains evaluate rewards is inconsistent across time. You value the present more than the future. Usually, this tendency serves as well. A reward that is certain right now is typically worth more than one that is merely possible in the future. But occasionally, our bias towards instant gratification cause problem. Why would someone smoke if they know it increases the risk of lung cancer? Why would someone overeat when they know it increases their risk of obesity? Why would someone have unsafe sex if they know it can result in sexually transmitted disease? Once you understand how the brain prioritizes rewards, the answer becomes clear. The consequences of bad habits are delayed while the rewards are immediate. The smoking might kill you in 10 years, but it reduces stress and ease your nicotine cravings now. Overeating is harmful in the long run, but appetizing is the in the moment. Or Sex safe or not provides pleasure right away. Disease and infections won't show up for days or weeks or even years. Every habit produces multiple outcomes across time. Unfortunately, these outcomes are often misaligned with our bad habits. The immediate outcomes usually feels good, but the ultimate outcomes feels bad. With good habits, it is the reverse. The immediate outcomes is unenjoyable, but the ultimate outcome feels good. The French economist Frederick Bastiat explained the problem clearly when he wrote, "It almost always happens that when the immediate consequences is favorable, the later consequences are disastrous, and vice versa. Often, the sweeter the first fruit of a habit, the more bitter are its later fruits." Put another way, the cost of your good habits are in the present, the cost of your bad habits are in the future. The brain tendency to prioritize the present moment means you can't rely on good intentions. When you make a plan to lose weight, write a book, or learn a language, you are actually making plans for your future self. And when you envision what you want your life to be like, it is easy to see the value in taking actions with long-term benefits. We all want better lives for our future self. However, when the moment of decision arrives, instant gratification usually means you are no longer making a choice for future. You who dreams of being fitter or wealthier or happier, you are choosing for present. You who wants to be full, pampered, and entertained. As a general rule, the most immediate pleasure you get from an action, the more strongly you should question whether it aligns with your long-term goals. With a fuller understanding of what causes our brains to repeat some behavior or avoid others, let's update the cardinal rule of behavior change. What is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. Our preference for instant gratification reveals an important truth about success because of how we are wired. Most people will spend all day chasing quick hits of satisfaction, The road less traveled is the road of delayed gratification. If you are willing to wait for the reward, you will face less competition and often get a bigger payoff. As the saying goes, the last meal is always the least crowded. This is precisely what research has shown. People who are better at delaying gratification have higher set scores, lower levels of substance abuse, lower livelihood of obesity, better response to stress, and superior social skills. We have all seen this play out in our own life. If you delay watching television and get your homework done, you will generally learn more and get better grades. If you don't buy desserts and chips at the store, you will often eat healthier food. When you get home, at some point, success is nearly every field require you to ignore an immediate reward in favor of a delayed reward. Here's the problem. Most people know that delaying gratification is the wise approach. They want the benefit of good habits to be healthy, productive, at peace. But these outcomes are seldom top of the mind at the decisive movement. Thankfully, it's possible to train yourself to delay gratification, but you need to work with the grains of human nature, but not against it. The best way to do this is to add a little bit of immediate pleasure to the habit that pay off in the long run and a little bit of immediate pain to ones that don't. How to turn instant gratification to your adventure. How to turn instant gratification to your advantage. The vital thing in getting a habit to stick is to feel successful even if it's in a small way. The feeling of success is a signal that your habit paid off and that the work was worth the effort. In a perfect world, the reward for a good habit is the habit itself. In the real world, good habit tends to feel worthwhile only after they have provided you with something early on. It's all sacrifice. You have gone to the gym a few times, but you're not stronger or fitter or faster, at least not in any noticeable sense. It's only months later, once you've shed a few pounds or your arms gain some definition, that it becomes easier to exercise for its own sake. In the beginning, you need a reason to stay on track. That is why immediate rewards are essential. They keep you excited while the delayed reward accumulated in the background. What we are really talking about here when we are discussing immediate reward is the end of a behavior. The ending of a new experience is a vital because we tend to remember it more than other phases. You want the ending of your habit to be satisfying. The best approach is to use reinforcement, which refers to the process of using an immediate reward to increase the rate of behavior. Habit stacking, which we covered in chapter 5, ties your habit to an immediate cue, which makes it obvious when to start. Reinforcement ties your habit to an immediate reward, which make it satisfying when you finish. Immediate reinforcement can be especially helpful when dealing with habits of avoidance, which are behavior you want to stop doing. It can be challenging to stick with habits like no frivolous purchases or no alcohol this month because nothing happens when you skip happy hours, drink, or don't buy that pairs of shoes. It can be hard to feel satisfying when there is no action in the first place. All you are doing is resisting temptation, and there isn't much satisfying about that.